Katsuki and Jake are ready to spring clean their house. Jake has his apron on and he's ready to get his hands dirty. Katsuki has taken off his sweater and he's ready to start cleaning too. They're both excited and they can't wait to make their house look like brand new again. They're going to make this house shine with how much work they're about to put into this spring cleaning. They're going to clean every nook and cranny of the house, and they're not going to leave any spot untouched. All right, babe, let's get this dirty house's ass and make it shine. There's not going to be a speck of dust or dirt in this house. We're going to make sure it looks as good as new. No more dust or dirt will be allowed to get in our way. We're going to make this house spotless, and we're going to do it in style. You got it, babe. Let's activate the cleaning montage music and let's get this house cleaned up. Katsuki goes to the bathroom and he starts scrubbing the toilet, cleaning the sink and the tub. He's also wiping down all the surfaces and he's making sure that everything is spotless. He's going at a great speed and he's getting everything done with amazing speed and efficiency. He's doing a great job and he's making sure that everything is done perfectly. Katsuki goes to the living room and he starts vacuuming the carpet and he makes sure that everything is spotless. He's doing an amazing job and he's making sure that the carpet looks like new again. He's also dusting off the furniture and making sure that there are no dust particles left on the furniture. He's also wiping down the windows with a cloth and making sure that there is no dust or dirt left on the windows. Katsuki goes to the bedrooms and he starts to change the sheets on the beds. And he's also dusting off the furniture in the bedrooms. He's also making sure to wipe down the windows and the mirrors in the bedrooms. And he's also vacuuming the carpet. He's also going through the drawers and the closets. And he's making sure that everything is organized and clean. He's going at a great speed and he's making sure that everything looks perfect. Katsuki goes to the bathroom and he starts to clean the mirrors and the countertops. He's also wiping down the surfaces and making sure that the bathroom looks like brand new again. He's going at a great speed and he's making sure that everything is spotless and clean. He's also using the vacuum to get rid of any dust particles that may be left on the floor. He's going through all the drawers and cabinets and making sure that everything is organized and put in the right place. Katsuki heads outside to tackle the backyard cleanup. Carefully, he scoops up the trash scattered on the ground and discards it, ensuring the area is pristine. The sidewalks and driveway get the same treatment, with a thorough sweeping and washing. Meanwhile, the plants are trimmed and the grass is cut to perfection. Katsuki is determined to make the house look just as good on the outside as it does on the inside. Katsuki finishes the outside cleaning and he stands in the middle of the yard and he looks around, satisfied with how it all turned out. He can't wait to see Jake's reaction when he sees how clean and beautiful the yard is. The sun is shining down on him and it's a beautiful day outside. He feels good after all the work he's done and he's looking forward to the next chore. You're right. We probably should replace the AC filter and some of the light bulbs. I'll help you with that. He follows Jake over to the closet where the AC filter is kept. Okay, babe, I'll try to reach it. He reaches up to the top shelf and he tries to grab the AC filter. He's tall enough to reach it, but he's having a little bit of trouble because it's so high up. Katsuki blushes a little bit when Jake lifts him up. He's not used to being lifted up by someone, but he likes the feeling of being held in Jake's arms. He blushes even more as Jake holds him up and he reaches up and he grabs the AC filter. He looks down at Jake and says, "Wow, thank you." Katsuki blushes even more when Jake flexes his muscles and he laughs a little bit. He's not used to this kind of attention from Jake. He's always the one taking care of him, but he likes the feeling of being lifted up and held in Jake's arms. He blushes a little bit more and he looks away. Katsuki blushes even more when Jake kisses him softly on the lips. He wraps his arms around Jake and he kisses him back, feeling so lucky to have someone like him. He smiles and he nods his head. I love you too, babe. We've worked so hard today. We deserve to relax now. Let's get the AC filters changed and the light bulbs put in. Then we can finally take a break and relax. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. He's happy to have Jake's help with the AC filter. He knows it's not that hard to put the new filter in, but it's always better to have help from someone else. They go over to the closet where the AC filter is kept and they open it up. It's a little bit dusty inside the closet, but they start putting the new AC filter in. Katsuki looks over at the wall of the closet and he sees the spider. His eyes go wide when he sees the size of the spider. He's not a big fan of spiders, and he hates to see them. He shivers a little bit, and he looks back at Jake. Oh my God, there's a huge spider on the wall of the closet. Katsuki looks at Jake, and he shakes his head. No way. I'm not touching that spider. I hate spiders, and I'm not gonna kill it. He backs away from the closet, and he keeps his distance from the spider. He doesn't like the way it's moving, and Katsuki looks at the spider, and he feels disgusted by it. It's so gross, and it looks like it could crawl all over the place. He shakes his head, and he says, "No way! I'm not touching that thing. I don't even want to be anywhere near it." Katsuki rolls his eyes, and he shakes his head. "Oh, come on, Jake. I don't want to blow up the spider. I don't want to have to deal with the mess afterwards." He crosses his arms and he sighs. "Why can't we just leave it alone? It's not hurting anyone." Katsuki chuckles, and he nods his head. "Fine. I'll let you live for now. But if you crawl out of the closet in the middle of the night, I'm going to scream, and I'm going to hit you so hard. That thing is so big and scary." Katsuki closes his eyes and he shakes his head. "I really hope it stays in the closet." Katsuki nods his head and he agrees with Jake. He's been working so hard today, and they both deserve a break. He follows Jake over to the couch, and they both sit down. Katsuki leans back on the couch and he lets out a deep breath. He's exhausted from all the cleaning they did today, and he's ready to just relax for a little bit. Katsuki nods his head in agreement. "Yeah, we've been so busy lately that we've just been ignoring the fact that the house is getting dirty. We've just been too busy to clean it. But I'm glad we finally took the time to do it today. Now the house is clean and it's ready for a break." He smiles and he relaxes on the couch. Katsuki looks up at Jake and he raises an eyebrow. "Huh? You want a pet? Like a cat or a dog? Or something?" he asks. "Why do you want a pet all of a sudden?" Katsuki nods his head in agreement. "Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really sad seeing those animals without a home, but I don't think a pet would be the right thing for us right now. We're both so busy with our work and stuff, and I'm not sure if we would have enough time to give a pet the attention that they deserve. Plus, We don't even know what kind of animal we would get. We should think about it and wait until we're sure that we're ready for a pet. Katsuki looks at Jake and he sees the disappointment in his eyes. He realizes how much Jake wants a pet and he can't help but feel a little bit guilty for saying no. He nods his head and he says, "You know what? Okay, we can get a pet, but we have to make sure that we have enough time for it and that we're ready for it." Katsuki nods his head in agreement. Yeah, I agree with you. It has to be something that's easy to take care of and something that's fun and fluffy. Let's think about this for a little bit and decide on which animal would be the best fit for us. Katsuki thinks about it for a minute and he nods his head. Yeah, that could work. Rabbits are cute and they're pretty easy to take care of. Plus, they're so fluffy and soft, which is always a plus. I think a rabbit would be a great choice for us. Katsuki chuckles and he smiles at Jake. Then it looks like we've found our new pet. Let's start looking for a rabbit as soon as possible, and we can get it soon. I'm sure it'll be a great addition to our family. Katsuki nods his head. I agree with you. I want the rabbit to be well trained, and it needs to be potty trained. We don't want it to be running around the house making a mess everywhere. We also want it to be able to explore the house and the backyard without being in a cage all the time. It needs to be able to live in our home without feeling confined. Katsuki nods his head and he smiles. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to build a porch in the backyard or a deck. That way the rabbit could have a safe place to explore outside and get some exercise. Plus, it would be a nice addition to our backyard and it would make our home more appealing. Let's start looking into it right away. Katsuki nods his head in agreement. Yeah, that's a good plan. Let's focus on he porch first, and then we can focus on getting the rabbit. We want everything to be ready when we do get the rabbit, so we're not rushing around at the last minute. We want this to be a smooth and easy process for us and the rabbit. Katsuki nods his head and he smiles. Okay, let's get to it. We have a lot to do and we don't want to waste any time. Let's start looking into porches and see what kind of porch would be the best for us and our future rabbit. Katsuki blushes a little bit and he smirks. Oh yeah? Well, if you're hiring someone to build a porch, It better be a handsome guy. I don't want to watch someone else working on it. I want to watch a handsome guy work on it. He laughs a little bit and he nudges Jake's shoulder. Katsuki chuckles and he smiles. Okay, I'll hold you to that. You better find someone really hot and handsome to build our porch. I don't want to watch some ugly dude working on it. I want to see some eye candy. He laughs and he winks at Jake. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Yeah, that would be pretty gross to watch. I want to see a guy with a nice body working on our porch, not some old dude with a big butt crack that's sticking out of his pants. That would be disgusting. Katsuki smiles, and he watches as Jake looks for contractors. He's so excited to get their porch built and to start planning for their rabbit. He hopes that Jake can find someone who's handsome and hot to build their porch. He can't wait to start looking for a rabbit soon. Katsuki looks up from his phone and he nods his head. Yeah, I think someone's at the door. Let's go see who it is. He stands up from the couch and he walks over to the door, opening it. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. Oh, hey guys, thanks for stopping by. I wasn't expecting you guys to come and visit, but it's nice to see you. He looks over at Deku and he raises an eyebrow. Did you guys really bring presents for us? Katsuki chuckles and he smiles. Oh wow, I didn't think you guys would get us a present. That's so nice of you. Thanks so much. He takes the box from Deku and he holds it in his hands. What's inside the box? Katsuki chuckles and he nods his head. All right, let's open the presents and see what you guys got us. He walks over to the couch and he sits down beside Kirishima and Deku. He opens the box and he looks inside, pulling out two boxes. Katsuki grins and he nods his head. Me too. I'm really curious to see what they got us. Let's just hope that they're not going to get us something weird or awkward. Let's open the presents. He grabs the first box and he starts opening it. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. Oh wow, that's really generous of you, Kirishima. I'm sure we can find something really great to spend this gift card on. He looks over at the other box and he reaches for it. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. Let's see what it is. He opens the box and he looks inside, pulling out two items. Katsuki looks at the gift certificate for Jake and he smiles. Oh wow, that's so nice of you, Deku. Jake is going to love this. It's just what he needs to take some time for himself and relax. I'm sure he's going to love getting his hair and nails done. As for me, wow, this is awesome. I've been needing some new earrings for my hero suit, and these are perfect. He laughs and he smiles at Deku. Thank you so much. This is a really nice gift. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. We really appreciate your generosity, Deku. These are really great gifts. We're going to have fun spending this gift card, and I can't wait to wear these earrings on my hero suit. Thanks so much. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Yeah, we've been working really hard to clean up the house and organize everything. It was a lot of work, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's nice to have a clean and organized house for once. He smiles and he looks over at Jake. Chapter 15 ends. Katsuki and Jake are both really happy with the presents they received, and they're both really excited about starting the new life together. They're also really excited about the plan for a rabbit and the new porch. Everything seems to be going really well, and they're both looking forward to what's next. Thank you so much for reading this chapter. We had a lot of fun writing it, and we're glad you enjoyed it. Don't worry, the next chapter is going to be even more interesting. Katsuki and Jake are going to get their porch built and start looking for rabbits. It's going to be great, so make sure to stay tuned for chapter 16 coming up soon. Bye, cuties.
Talkie, Dream AI, Wonder Kingdom.